Dragons don't enjoy being kept in cages. The cell the mages had locked me in was a fairly nice one. Not a dungeon, nor a cramped space, like the one the Orion League had locked me in when I'd been imprisoned in their stronghold, but a small room, sparsely furnished. The bars in the door were the only sign of my imprisonment. That and the fact that they wouldn't let me out, not even to speak to my little sister. They'd even given me new clothes, seeing as I'd lost most of mine in our old house. They had money to burn. Tons of it. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to stay here until London supernaturals had stopped trying to hunt me down. A relatively stress-free existence, though a boring one. But the fire inside me would never be quenched. Not until the Orion League was utterly destroyed. I paced the room, one side to the other, grinding my teeth. That I hadn't shifted yet was a miracle, though the entire prison was covered in protective wards which might even be dragon fireproof. I didn't want to antagonize the mages any further, and if I threw a tantrum and wrecked the place, I'd have even less chance of getting to speak to Cori. Besides, I sort of saw the reasoning behind their decision to indefinitely lock me away. I'd helped a criminal escape justice, and then accidentally sent him to an unknown location where even the mages couldn't find him. Okay, so he wasn't really a criminal, though he'd spent most of his life on the wrong side of the law, supernatural or otherwise. The Mage Lords didn't see it that way, though. Anyone who'd ever worked for the Orion League automatically got the death penalty if caught. Even someone who'd renounced them. The League, as per usual, had skipped town and left the rest of us to clear up the aftermath. I stopped pacing as a door clicked open, and Lord Smith came in. He was one of the leaders of the Mage Lords in this region, and would probably be quite reasonable under normal circumstances. After a bitter struggle against the hunters which had cost several mages their lives, finding a dragon was what he'd least wanted to have to deal with. The Mage Lords had never known we existed. "Ember," said Lord Smith. "Yes?" I tried for politeness. I didn't know how to speak to authority figures because I usually went out of my way to avoid trouble. For a dragon shifter, it's kind of essential. Lord Smith was a tall black man who, like all the mages, wore a tailored suit every time I saw him. He had two modes, stern and slightly less stern. Looked like it was the latter today.